Good morning, students. First thing I want you to do is I want you to go to Google Classroom and I want you to scroll down to Unit 1 Perception is Everything and click on Activity 1.1 Previewing the Unit. When you open Previewing the Unit, you will see this. This is your Springboard book digitally. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to please read the learning targets in your group. Then I want you to read about the unit silently and then answer this question here. Define and discuss criticism in your group and then tell me what you discussed. Use names. Then I want you to think, pair, share, discuss with your group. Questions 1, 2, and 3. Next, I want you to go to the Embedded Assessment 1, Writing a Rhetorical Analysis essay. When you open it, it will look something like this. What I want you to do is you are not going to write anything on this page. What I want you to do is I want you to look at this page because this is the super mastery check that you will deal with in this unit. After you do that, what I want you to do is I want you to answer this question. I want you to tell me what you need to know to be able to complete that assignment successfully and what skills you must have to complete the task successfully. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to do the planning independent reading. I want you to answer these questions. Yes, you did answer these questions in your student interview at the beginning of the year, some of them, but I want you to answer them again, and I want you to answer every last question that you see here. Okay, you will have a slightly different reader, writer notebook in my class, and I'm going to show that to you now. Your reader writer notebook will look something like this. And this, I will divide The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde into parts, and you will read part of the book in class. This deals with chapter 1. And one of the things that you will do today is you will look over the terms and definitions and the objectives for The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And then you will do the vocabulary for chapter 1, which is Story of the Door. The next question is, Ms. Collins, do we have to answer these questions? Yes. I've already told you what your reader response notebook will look like. Then you will tell me what book I chose for you, which is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You will tell me who the author is. You will, the reason for previewing the book, Miss Collins told me to. Um, I will set aside time to read at. You can read it in class. You can read it at home. You can read it in the bus. You can listen to it in the car. But you need to tell me how you're going to set aside time to read this book. I should finish this text I'll tell you right now, this book has to be finished by September 1st. Okay? And uh, record your daily reading pace in your independent reading log. Guys, we're not doing that. Just answer the questions that I give you concerning The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yes, I am telling you what to write on your paper. And that's it. Well, that is it for activity 1.1. Now let's go on to activity 1.2. Okay, after you finish activity 1.1, what I want you to do is I want you to go to Perception is Everything, which is activity 1.2. And I want you to read the learning targets and preview in your group. Next, I want you to review the academic and literary vocabulary. And I want you to brainstorm in your group words to define the concepts of perception, literary criticism, and literary theory. Then I want you to complete focus on the sentence activity. If you're having any trouble at all with the description of literary criticism, I want you to mark the most significant words and ideas in the definition. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to read literary theory. When you are reading and discussing literary theory with your peers, I want you to highlight the text and mark the text for key ideas to help you understand the definition of each one of these theories. Then we're going to look at optic. Optic is an acronym for overview, parts, title, interrelationships, and conclusions. The strategy is used for close analysis of visual text, including paintings, photographs, advertisements, maps, charts, or graphs. By viewing the details of an image in this order, readers develop an interpretation of the image's meaning or theme. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to apply optic to the images below. Now, this activity works a lot easier if you do it in steps. So start with step one. Record your observations about the image you're reviewing and follow these steps. So I'm going to do one, let's say, for this one. And let's look at, let's say, feminist theory. Okay. What is this ad saying about what makes women of quality? Now, you must do this for all of them. You have to apply optics to it. So remember to do step one. Write notes on what the image appears to be about. Parts. Zoom in on different parts of the image and describe any details that seem important. Title. Highlight the words of the title if there is one. Interrelationships. How are the elements of the image related? C. Conclusion. Draw a conclusion about the image as a whole. What does the visual mean? And I want you to look at it in the context of each one of these literary theories. If you need any more help or assistance, if you go to the back of the classroom, you will see a literary theory chart in the back of the classroom on the Great Gatsby. That can help you. Step two, briefly share your observations with your group in a clear and concise summary. Listen as your group members share their observations and respond by offering additional ideas or asking questions. Then I want you to assign one of the literary theories to each member of your group. Just one. So someone's going to do reader response, someone's going to do cultural, another person will do archetypical, one person will do Marxist, another will do feminist, and another will do historical. Now, revisit the images, this time imagining that you are viewing the image through the lens of your assigned theory. What questions do you have or observations can you make about the images when you are viewing from the perspective of a critical theory? Record your ideas in the graphic organizer. Step 4. You're going to share your most relevant or interesting questions and observation in a whole class discussion. Listen as your classmates share their discoveries and follow up by asking questions and purposely offering ideas or judgments. Be respectful. When we are finished with the classroom discussion, you guys will take a mastery check on Perception is Everything, which is located right here. It's grayed out because it's not due until tomorrow. If you have any questions or concerns, please send me a remind text, send me an email, or speak aloud in class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.